You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Here we are at 6 a.m. A tropical storm already bringing those strong gusts to San Diego County. And yeah, here's some of the wind blowing around in San Carlos right now. You see those palm trees all over the place. We saw palm fronds on the road in the North County on my way into work here today. And guess what? That rain is soon going to follow. Here's our video from our photographer, Anne-Marie Spalding. And you can see that wind blowing around. A few raindrops maybe here and there. And you might notice it on your windshield as you're stepping out the door here. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Carrie Lane in for Netta Ranpur. Our team is tracking the big change in the forecast. We've got Dana Marie McNichol and Chris Groh. They have more on the preparations for the storm, but we're going to begin with Evan for a look at when we can expect this rain to arrive. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning to you, Carrie, Eric. Yeah, there is a lot going on out there already. You could see from Dana Marie and Chris's live shot the wind already blowing out there. And in some cases, those raindrops just starting to come down as we speak. We're starting to see this cell travel from south to north over the international border as we speak. Strong cell just passing north of the 94 right now, starting to see that rain pick up across the coastline and inland. So over the next several hours, we're going to see all this activity pick up, including the wind, including the rain, all alongside these very hot temperatures. Last night, we had those clouds build in the overnight hours. Those clouds have held on to the heat from yesterday. So right now, we are in the upper 80s in most spots on the map. As we see the cell travel north, you can see how it's strongest right now just south of the border. But the yellow and orange that you see south of the border is just going to keep making its way up towards us. So expect the rain and thunderstorms to intensify throughout the day today. All that activity picking up. In just a bit, we'll walk through how Kay is going to be affecting our weekend. So how much rain are we going to see throughout the weekend? All the wind that is expected, gusts possible up to 80 miles per hour across the mountains. Details on all of it in just a few minutes. Now, our coast is, of course, bracing for this storm. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live in Imperial Beach right now, an area that is prone to water closures due to storm runoff. I'll send things over to you, Dana Marie, for the latest.
Yeah, Evan, that's right. Good morning. Well, it's already raining here. Those tropical breezes are ripping through the palm trees. And when that rain comes down, a lot of these beaches in the area close due to sewage runoff in our waters. And I just checked, there is currently a warning for both the Silver Strand and Imperial Beach due to high bacterial levels in the water. Now, we spoke to the Surfrider Foundation about what happens if you don't avoid the water.
What it looks like if you don't, it can be anything from ear infections, eye infections, skin issues.
So that was Alex Farron again with the Surfrider Foundation, who recommends staying out of the water on any beach for 3 days after a major rain event like the one we're expecting. This water here in Imperial Beach is sampled daily, and it's very common when rain comes. So does the closure of this beach due to the sewage from Mexico. Now, the warning for today also states environmental conditions, including south sweeps that are present. They say the storm is expected to bring powerful winds. The Surfrider Foundation says when they get those big waves, they ask people to be honest with their abilities unless they know they can tackle what the ocean is about to throw at them. So please be aware. Again, back out here live, it's already raining. That storm is being felt in Imperial Beach. There are warnings here. Many times when the sun comes up, we still see people in the water. Of course, we're going to be keeping an eye out for them. Let's head over to Chris Groh. He's in Kearny Mesa right now with tips on how to prepare for this storm. Chris?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dana Marie. And I think the biggest thing is to be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you're paying attention to what the road conditions are. Look, it's raining right now. So if you got to drive to work, drive a little bit slower. Make sure, of course, that you are being careful. Now, the other thing that you have to watch out for, especially when you're driving, is that standing water, that ponding water. Make sure that you are avoiding that as best as you can. Now, if you're on the freeway, if you're on surface roads, that's going to be a different issue. We know, of course, that sometimes you may not be able to avoid it on those freeways, but back to those surface roads, if you see that standing water, try to find a different route because you don't know how deep it could be. For instance, where we are here, Convoy and Engineer, this is an area that it's not just littered with potholes. When it rains, it can also start to flood. And those floodwaters, it doesn't take much for you to lose control of your vehicle or even lose your vehicle. And that's something that we've mostly seen actually out in Fashion Valley. We know right there by the mall, there's a number of different areas right by the San Diego River that tend to get that standing water, and people year after year continue to drive through that and damage their vehicle or watch their vehicle stall out. Now, on the flip side, we know that rural San Diego County is also preparing for this. We actually spoke with CAL FIRE yesterday about what they could do, and a lot of it is trying to make sure that your drainage, your culverts, that all of that are cleared before today's rain event.
With the amount of water that could be coming off or out of the sky, I mean, there could be roads that are flooded that the county doesn't even know about yet. So definitely don't try and cross any water. They're even downtown with people, there's the low levels right by the San Diego River, the people that try and think they can drive through that and they get stranded out there. So definitely don't try and drive through any bodies of water, even if you have four-wheel drive, go around, find an alternate route.
And of course, we're going to be monitoring the roads, any flooding that might be going on, any accidents that might occur as well. So continue to stay with CBS 8 this morning as we continue to see exactly what may happen with today's storm. Eric and Carrie.
Yeah, if you're going to be leaving home, just a big heads up, things are going to be changing out on the roads very soon. You are also being asked to conserve power again today, even though we are bracing for the rain.
The state has issued another flex alert, the 10th in a row. You are asked to reduce energy between 4 this afternoon and 9 p.m.
And another reminder here, you can send us your photos, your videos of when that rain arrives. Want to see how it's coming down in your neighborhood. Just go to the Near Me section of the CBS 8 app and click on the Share With Us button. Britain and the world mourning the loss of Queen Elizabeth II.
This morning, King Charles III is expected to deliver his first televised address following the death of his mother. Tina Kraus is at Windsor Castle with the latest.
Outside London's Buckingham Palace, a large crowd sang Britain's national anthem. Across the nation, people are looking back on the life and legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's 7 decades on the throne.
And we've all known just one queen. She's a person we've always looked up to. Somehow.
After the news of her death at age 96, countless people from around the world turned out at the Queen's castles across the nation, including here in Windsor.
She led this country with great reverence and duty and respect and honor, and I just don't know if there would be another like her.
Queen Elizabeth ruled through 15 prime ministers, from Winston Churchill to the newly elected Liz Truss. The Queen's passing Thursday at Balmoral Castle, her summer home in Scotland, instantly elevated her son Charles to the throne as King Charles III.
She was a great lady.
In Washington, President Biden and the First Lady paid their respects and signed a condolence book at the British Embassy. The American flag flew at half-staff at the White House and the U.S. Capitol in the Queen's honor. New York City's Empire State Building was bathed in purple and silver light. Back in London, even Mother Nature paid a colorful tribute with a double rainbow over Buckingham Palace just before the Queen's death was announced. In the coming days, her state funeral will be held at Westminster Abbey.
All right, now rain is on the way. Evan is tracking the storm. We're all waiting, Evan.
The big
Bring
green
it.
blob.
Exactly. I mean, this gives you a good idea of what's to come. So this is the international border right here. This is the outer band of K that is traveling north now. San Diego's bracing right now for its closest pass with Tropical Storm K now. It's deteriorated quite a bit. At one point it was a hurricane, Category 2 hurricane, now breaking apart to a tropical storm. Pretty soon a post-tropical cyclone is what we'll see. So this is continuing to bring rain, thunderstorms, and plenty of strong wind our way. Gusts across the mountaintops could be reaching 80 miles per hour, and even closer to the coastline, we could be seeing 50-mile-per-hour gusts. Temperatures are very warm in the overnight hours. They're going to be warm by the afternoon, too. We've got more 90s in play for your inland valleys and for your deserts. I know we're talking about day 10 now of a flex alert. Seems weird to be talking about conserving energy on a day when we've got rain, thunderstorms, and all that, but you have to keep in mind that through the overnight hours, we've hung on to the warmth from yesterday. So that excessive heat warning has now been extended through your day-to-day from your coast all the way to your mountaintops, with temperatures in the overnight hours in the upper 80s and warming to the 90s. So this is going to feel like a very, very tropical day with high humidity, hot temperatures, and rain all throughout it, already starting to pick up as we speak. When you see the purple on the screen, you see where we see gusts most intense. So 50 and 60 mile per hour gusts. Again, in some cases all the way up to 80 miles per hour across those mountaintops. These are easterly winds that are picking up, and the coastline not really used to these types of wind gusts. So take caution out there, not only with the rain and thunderstorms in the forecast, but of course with that wind too. Don't let that sneak up too much on you. Here's Kay as it makes its way north right now. Sustained winds of 50 miles per hour, moving 13 miles per hour northwest. So that means this is slowly, that center of the storm, moving toward the Ensenada area. And now we're getting, like I mentioned, that outer band right now, and we'll get several additional bands going into the next couple days or so. It's going to veer west from here. So that's why we say it's making its closest pass today. Here's today into about the end of the day, 11 p.m. or so. You can see it then push off to the west and then just curl around. So no more landfall expected. It did make landfall briefly yesterday on the Baja Peninsula as a Category 1 storm, now breaking apart to a tropical storm. When we look at your temperatures out the door, though, this is where we're at. 88 right now in El Cajon, 84 in Poway, 85 in Del Mar. Bring the umbrella with you. Throw the jacket on. Today is going to be a wet, rainy, thunderstorm kind of day with hot temperatures and plenty of wind to go around. As far as traffic goes, the best way to get in touch with all of the crashes and collisions that we have this morning is to head to our website, cbs8.com/traffic. We've got more details there, and you can find out the alternate routes that are best for you as well.